So we're just going to sit down and eat, and we've had a bit of a ketchup explosion. So if anyone knows how to get tomato sauce out of a carpet, that would be absolutely wonderful. I'm not a tomato sauce fan at all. I don't like tomato sauce, but there was an accident with it. Luckily it wasn't me or the dog. But it's fine, we're all fine. So if anyone knows how to get tomato sauce out of a carpet, please comment down below. We would be very grateful. So just before I go to bed, I'm going to put in some coconut oil as a sort of hair mask, because obviously a lot of hair masks have irritants in them and scents and parabens and all that jazz. I'm just going to pop in some coconut oil to leave in overnight, and yeah, I'll just do that just now. So just now the flat is really, really warm, so I can just take this off in my hands and rub it together. And as you can see, it's already turned into an oil. And I'm very generous with it because, well, you may as well be. You're going to wash it out overnight. Sort of tease it through the hair. So this is just regular coconut oil that I use for cooking, and because it's cheap as well, you don't need to be sparing with it, which is great, especially if you have any sort of dye in your hair as well. If you've got any highlights, it's really important to make sure that you're conditioning them properly. But as I said, I can't do any sort of hair masks. This is a great sort of way for me to keep the condition of my hair really, really nice. And of course it's super duper natural. No added nasties. Then after this I'm just going to braid my hair and leave it in overnight, because I'm trying to not use a bun on top of my head. I'm trying to make sure that I allow my baby hairs to not be pulled back. So I put in loose braids and loose ponytails rather than scraping this underside in particular back. The great thing about coconut oil as well is it doesn't irritate my scalp. Those of you who have a sensitive scalp or a flaky scalp will know this feel a lot. So nice just to massage it into. So my hairdresser, who I know will be watching, will be very impressed at me taking care of my hair, because historically I've been very, very minimal on the hair care, but I am trying. So now for some braids. So I just woke up and I had some crunchy nut, because otherwise I have an attitude. So I feel so much better. I am a morning person, but just, well, I am an early riser, but I have got a bit of an attitude in the morning until I've eaten. So I just had a little bit of crunchy nut before I decided to speak to you guys. I'm going to have a shower now, wash this out of my hair. I didn't sleep very well last night, but feeling good. And yeah, I'll let you know how I get on. I find that going along here really helps with blocked sinuses, which if you've had a lot of swelling or allergies, you'll know very, very well how sometimes it can be so difficult to breathe. So I find that going along here very gently actually just helps to relieve quite a lot of tension, and obviously helps with the puffing. So I also find that this jade roller really helps with like the itching and the loose skin on my face and neck, so it kind of stops it from being itchy. The other great thing about this is that it's green, which, if you know me well, is my favourite colour. Feeling good. Come here. Come here. Oh. Here we are. Yeah. So I'm literally just making the exact same thing as last night. So it's not that interesting, but I'm making more fried basa and more pesto pasta and some more peas for my lunch. So I just had a protein shake and yeah, just doing the same thing again. It's really not that interesting. So here's my lunch situation. Got some peas, I'll just pop some salt and some fried basa. Pesto pasta, a way to be underway. Woohoo! Absolutely delicious. I actually love sun-dried tomato and pesto pasta, and I usually put pine nuts. Ed sometimes has cheese, and I love it with corn. Anyone that knows me well knows that that's one of my favourite lunches. I look forward to it so much. So I'm just going to plate this up. I've also just had a really cold shower, and I find that they're actually really helping after exercise when I'm really itchy. So I'm talking about like that one I just had was actually freezing, so maybe not as cold as that. Certainly a cool shower is going to really help, and I don't feel nearly as itchy now. So I'm just going to have a little bowl of oats with some maple syrup just now, because it's one of the identified supplements or foods in the liver rescue book. So I'm just going to have that with some almond milk. I used to be obsessed with maple syrup when I was younger, and I was not expecting maple syrup to be allowed to be included in the liver rescue diet, but apparently it's full of micronutrients and it loves the slow releasing sugars. So I'm delighted for my sweet tooth. Are you delighted as well?
Yeah, over the moon.
He's chuffed too. Look how delicious this is. Yummy!